Hi everyone, my name is Queen Evangeline Divintilio from BSED English 1B, and today I will going to discuss the Unit 3, Lesson 2, the development of motivation and self-regulation. So at the end of this video, we can differentiate motivation from self-regulation. We can examine the various motivation and self-regulation theories. We can also analyze the classroom implications of motivation and self-regulation. So first things first, we must know the meaning of motivation. So motivation is the willingness of a person to accomplish a task. It is an internal state that could actually affect one's energy level and persistence in achieving a goal. So from the word willingness, it is her or his own willing or his own risk. He or she is not forced to do that job or to do that task. There are two types of motivation. The first one is the intrinsic motivation. It refers to the desire to accomplish a task not for external factors such as rewards, but for the sake of its accomplishment. So example of these are the assignments, the tasks, the homeworks, and the activities given by our teachers. We want to finish it early without thinking any rewards. So did you get my point? Another type of motivation is the extrinsic motivation. It is the desire to achieve a goal because of external factors or because of avoiding punishments. So example of these are the household chores. We are so afraid that we might be punished or we might be scolded by our parents if we will not do the household chores, if we will not do the dishes, if we will not mop the floor. So we want to achieve that goal because we are afraid of the consequences or the punishment. So now we are going to discuss the self-regulation. It is a process of self-monitoring and self-correction of three general aspects of learning: the behavior, motivation, and cognition. So as a self-regulated learner, you must know how to accomplish a task. You must know ways or strategies to accomplish an activity. You know how to monitor yourself. You know how to handle your behavior and motivation and cognition. So you are self-monitored and you know how to handle yourself. There are theories for motivation and self-regulation. The first one is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. A motivational theory in psychology which is presented in a 5-level hierarchy. From the very bottom to top, it is arranged as the first level, the physiological needs, the breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. The second level is the safety and security. It consists of health, employment, property, family, and social stability. So in the third level, we have love and belonging. We have friendship, family, intimacy, sense of connection. So in the fourth level, we have self-esteem, the confidence, achievement, respect of others, and the last one is the self-actualization, the morality, creativity, spontaneity, and acceptance. So this is the image of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. According to Maslow, people need to fulfill the lowest level of needs. When a need is fulfilled, it becomes unimportant and the next level of needs become more pressing. The unmet needs become the root of misbehavior as well as mental illness. So according to Maslow, we must first accomplish the first level of the hierarchy, which is the physiological needs, the breathing, shelter, food, water, clothing, and sleep. So that in the next level, it will be more easier for us to achieve, because if we don't have enough food, or we don't have stable shelter, if um, we we don't have proper clothing, how can we achieve the next level and the next level and the next? So I hope you get the point of Maslow, that we need to fulfill first the very bottom, or the very first level, so that we can achieve the next level, and so on. The second theory is the Alderfer's ERG theory. Clayton Paul Alderfer is an American psychologist who is known for developing Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The Alderfer's ERG theory is basically a simplified version of Maslow's, but more flexible in many aspects. So Alderfer's ERG theory has three levels. First one is the existence of basic human needs: food, shelter, clothing, water. The second one is the relatedness, the relationship toward other people. So the third one is the growth, the personal development, physical development, or the inner development. So this is the image of the elder first ERG theory. It only consisted of a three-level triangle. So when it comes to Alderfer's theory and Maslow's theory, there are three major differences between ERG theory and Maslow's theory. So the first one is the needs in the ERG theory can be fulfilled simultaneously. Second, in case a higher need is not met, a person might seek and accomplish needs at the lower level. This concept is called the frustration regression principle. So the third one is the needs. The third, in Maslow's, the needs have to be satisfied in sequence. So the difference between Alderfer's ERG theory and Maslow is that Maslow's theory, the topic that we tackle not long ago, a while ago, it is to be accomplished in sequence, while the ERG theory can be fulfilled simultaneously. We also have the Mackilland's human motivation theory. David Mackilland was an academician, a scientist, and psychologist. He is one of the most cited psychologists of the 20th century and most notable for his human motivation theory, which is known as the motivational needs theory, the learned needs theory, acquired needs theory, and the three needs theory. This theory is centered on these three important aspects: the need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. So one of the important aspects is the need for achievement. This need is reflective of the drive to succeed, to meet or surpass set standards, and to excel in one's endeavor. People who are motivated by achievement are constantly challenging themselves. They appreciate if teachers explain where they are good at overcoming difficult situations. They oftentimes work alone, for they find personal responsibility on their works. So some of the learners, or some of the people, want to accomplish a task or a job on their own, because they know that they can finish, or they can accomplish the task, and they are challenged by the activities that given to them, and they also like good feedbacks given by their teachers, or given by people who surrounds them. The second need is the need for power. This need to influence people so as for them to exemplify the desired behavior. They are not power manager, but rather they understand what comes with power. People who have high regard with power works best when they are in charge. They are motivated by competitions and goal-oriented tasks. They also like to win arguments, immense with competitions, and enjoy the perks of recognition. So example of these are the officers in our school, in our classroom, the SCAT officers, the SSC officers, and people who likes to lead, people with power, but not power to manipulate other people, but power to make other people better, or to make our school better. They like that they are in charge, because they can show their talents, and they can share their ideas and um, their creative ways to make our school more better. So the next is the need for affiliation. This reflects the desire for interpersonal relationship toward others. People who are motivated by this tend to work well in collaboration. If possible, they avoid taking risk and working with uncertainty. These people want to be like and tend to follow the decision of the group. They mostly prefer collaboration than competitions. So this need is for interpersonal relationship, for those people who likes being in a group, those people who likes doing things with friends, or those people who likes doing task or assignment with their classmates, because um, they they are more they are more capable with answering or accomplishing a task or a job when they are with other people, or gonna they also hear their opinions or the side of other people, so they like collaboration than competitions. So we are now in our second to the last theory, the Hertzberg's two factors theory. It is a theoretical framework that ensures motivation of employees to work harder. Frederick Hertzberg from 1923 to 2000, a clinical psychologist, through asking people to describe their work-related experiences, whether good or bad, their responses reflected their motivation and demotivation levels. He concluded that money is not the only driver for a good performance. So this theory consisted of two factors, the motivation factors and hygiene factors. So the first factor is the motivation factors. It include achievement, growth, responsibility, recognition, and advancement. While on the other hand, we have hygiene factors. It is the company rules, environmental condition, working status, salary, and supervision, and security. So in this theory, Hertzberg stated that for this theory to be successful, employees have to create, rather, have to eliminate dissatisfaction by ensuring that hygiene factors are met. Moreover, they have to create job satisfaction by meeting the motivation factors. So this theory implies that meeting the hygiene factors would not motivate individual to exert effort, but would only stop dissatisfaction. To motivate workers, motivation factors must be supplied. So in this theory, motivation factors and hygiene factors must be both supplied, so that the employees will have the motivation to do much better work, or to work harder, because if only the hygiene factors are there, if for example the salary is high, the salary is too high, but there are no growth, there are no recognition from his boss, or he or she does not achieve anything from his work. So it will make him feel unmotivated and unsatisfied. So we are now in our last theory, the classroom implication of motivation and self-regulation. So learning happens best when learners are motivated to learn and are self-regulated to perform the task required to achieve it. So first, teachers need to remember that all aspects of classrooms can affect motivation and self regulation. Having this in mind, teachers are expected to carefully plan for the success of the teaching and learning process. Teachers must incorporate challenging tasks where learners can appreciate learning. Several studies confirmed that incorporating active learning strategies not only enhances active participation inside the class, but also promotes lifelong learning. Moreover, the proper giving of feedback also needs to be given premium. Constructive feedback plays an important role in motivating students to do more. Sandwich method is a good example of feedback technique, for it wraps negative feedback with commendation. So second, the teachers are recommended to use strategies that may enhance learners' metacognition. So the learners must immerse with the kind of learning that will enable them to set their goals and to monitor and regulate their own learning. Teachers can give works that allow students to recognize what they do not understand. They can also provide activities where learners are compelled to reflect on their work. Moreover, journal writing also helps learners monitor their own learning and reflect how they learned. So finally, teachers must facilitate the use of reflexive thinking. It is a metacognition process that allows people to view a situation using various perspectives, which allows them to see their biases and prejudice. The third, there should always be opportunities for learners to cultivate intrinsic motivation. So here are some ways that teachers can use to promote intrinsic motivation. A. Reward incentives learners to work well, so make sure to elaborate what learners can get with learning. B. Do not use punishment as a motivator, for they might cultivate anxiety toward learning. C. Help your learners to visualize goals and conquer achievements. D. Make your learners feel that they are capable of doing things. E. Build self confidence among your learners. And F. Encourage your learners to challenge themselves. And G. Model intrinsic behaviors to your learning. So I don't need to elaborate more of this, because this is very understandable for us. So I guess that would be all. So thank you for listening, and good luck on our long quiz this Friday.